This first thing it says to read, write, and solve. So what do you think we should do first?
Read.
I like it. We're going to read it. And I'm going to ask for a volunteer to get us started off. So please, could someone volunteer to do some reading? So Moises is volunteering lady.
And I'm volunteering him.
And lady's volunteering Moises. Can somebody else? Okay, Denise. Oh, well, bless us.
Yes.
Denise read last week. I remember that specifically. So I'm going to go with Marjani to start, and we'll go back to you. Could you please? First, do the read, write, and solve part.
Read, write, and solve. Read the problem with your group in your own words and write down. This problem is include all the information you need to solve the problem. Then solve the problem.
Okay, so there's 3 parts. And the first part is probably going to take up most of the period. So we're going to focus on that first part. Read the problem with your group. Then in your own words, write what the problem is asking you to do. And then in capital letters, I say include all the information you need to solve the problem. So when you rewrite it, you're going to write it in a way that if you lost the original question altogether, you could read your problem and still answer it because you've included all the important information. So let's read the problem. Denise, would you start reading the problem for us?
24 students are entitled to equal proportions of 6 large pizzas. 5 students ate 5/32 of the total amount of pizza, and 7 students ate 1/6 of the total amount of pizza.
All right, let's stop right there real quick. Excellent work. 24 students are entitled to equal portions of 6 large pizzas. So you've got 6 large pizzas and 24 students, and everyone gets the same amount. 5 of those students have eaten, they ate 5/32 of the total amount of pizza out of all of the pizza. And 7 of them ate 1/6 of the total amount of pizza. Just some basic information. Last part, last 2 sentences. Who's going to volunteer? I've got other people. Who else going to go? Johnny's already gone. Denise already gone. Oh, no. Let's get a. We need a man to represent. Miguel, can you take over? Listen up and read along. We're right here where it says the other 12.
The other 12 students ate half of the pizza. They were entitled to one fraction of the pizza left over.
All right. So with your group, I want you to find a way to just rephrase this information. They give you a lot of stuff here. You might not need to use all of this information. But if you understand what they're asking, well, then you do know what you're going to need to have. So discuss with your group what information is important and what is the question asking. And just write it down in sentences underneath. Any questions so far? No? All right, let's see. Brenda, what are we doing? What's our next task? Write it in your own words. Okay. Feel good? All right, so proceed. Go ahead. With your group, try to figure out a way to phrase this. We are here until 12:08. Cool. So quiet. All right, Denise, Ashley. So in this problem, what are they asking us to do?
What's the fraction of it?
What's a fraction of what?
Oh, that's a leftover.
Of the leftovers. Okay, so we're looking at leftovers. Well, how do we work out how much is left over?
We're supposed to subtract.
Subtract, what are we going to subtract?
1/6 and 5/32.
Okay, we're going to subtract it from what?
From 6 large pizzas.
From 6 large pizzas, okay. So, because what's the whole amount, Roger? What's the whole amount of food that they have to work with? Well, how much are they? Is there described? First of all, what are they eating? How's that? How many pizzas?
6.
6 pizzas. Is there anything else mentioned there? Any other food?
Just kidding.
No? Okay. So you've got 6 pizzas. Certain amount has been eaten. And since you're finding leftovers, you're suggesting, it actually said subtraction is involved here. I think you got a good start. Go ahead and write down some ideas. Oh, I see she got some math worked out. So if you can do the basic math like she's written down here, she has an idea of what she's supposed to do to solve it. So she must understand the question. So Catherine, can I find out from you, do you know what the question is just basically asking us? How many people have eaten the pizza? Okay, well let's think about that. How many people have eaten pizza here?
5.
Just 5 people?
24.
12, 5, 24. Can we agree on some number here?
Because you add 5 to 7, which is 12.
Okay.
12 is 24.
Oh, so and how many students are there altogether?
24.
24. Okay, since there's 24 students altogether, and they mention in here all 24 of those students, are there any other students to worry about?
No.
Okay. Did they eat all of the pizza?
No.
Okay. So what is it? What's the basic question asking us again?
What fraction was left over?
What fraction was left over? Okay. All right. I'll come back to you guys in a minute to ask some more questions, but it sounds like you've got some good information, and Isela needs to share some thoughts, and we're going to write this down because really this today's period is just a writing assignment. She's got some good math here. It'll help you do it, but this is a writing assignment today. Okay? Did you do your homework I gave you on Friday?
Oh, yeah.
Can I see it? I'll be right back. Oh.
The total amount of pizza and 7 students and okay.
So, Moises. Delmy has drawn some 6 pizzas there. Can I ask a question? Why is that going to be helpful? What are you going to do with that?
You can see the fractions that they ate.
Going to show a visual example of the fractions?
30.
Of how much they ate? Okay. And then what are you going to try to figure out at the end of it?
How much is left over?
How much is left over? Okay. So it seems like you have a good understanding of what's being asked. And you also have a good way of representing it. Since this is a writing assignment, let's focus on trying to find a way to phrase this question for our own purposes. Because today's assignment is mostly a writing assignment. But you guys have got it. That's great stuff. Thank you.
They were entitled.
Ooh, so you've got some math written down here.
Oh, that's not mine. That's the warm-up.
Oh, it is? Well, Eric.
Yes.
We had a chance to read the problem. What is the question basically just asking? What's the simplest part of what it's asking?
Like, what would be left over of the pizza?
What would be left over of the pizza? And Heidi, what would I need to do to find out what's left over?
Find the 1/6 and 5 or 32.
Okay, and what does that tell us?
How many pizzas? The amount of pizza
Amount of pizza that's been what?
eaten.
That's been eaten. Okay, so you're taking the amount of pizza that's been eaten to figure out how much is left over. So that's a good statement so far. Okay, so you guys have a good idea. It sounds like you had the information. Let's make sure you write this down. Since today's period is going to be over in 20 minutes, and this is a writing assignment primarily, let's get some good writing down first before we try to solve it. If you have some ideas of how to solve it, you might start that way. But make sure to rephrase the question. Question? What's that?
Like those fractions you have to use in method.
What's that?
These fractions you have to use it like how we did in the warm-up.
Oh, and what is it in the warm-up that's similar to what you're talking about here? What are you trying to do?
Or you're gonna subtract 1/6 out of 32.
And if you were going to do that, what would you need to do first?
Find the
Find the least common denominator.
Least common denominator? Common
That's what we
denominator?
say.
Okay, cool. All right, so there is a similarity to the warm-up, right?
When we're gonna solve it, can we write it here for me to like?
You mean your solution, or you want the words? You can use that. You can use that paper however you like, but make sure you write in complete sentences, rephrasing the question. Yes.
I don't know how to. I did the other side.
Okay. Well, this is a writing assignment, so let's focus on what the question is asking us to do. Marjani, what is the question basically just asking us?
What the other 12 students ate of the pizza?
What the 12 students ate?
No,
what is it?
Fraction of the pizza was left over.
What fraction of the pizza is left over? Okay, so what's left over, and how do I find out? Well, how do I find out what's left over?
Only one person didn't eat pizza? No, there was only 24 people. Never mind.
Okay, so there's 24 people, and what are we going to do with that information? What did those 24 people do so far?
Eat.
They've eaten something, right? Okay. So how do we find out what's left over?
Add it all up.
Add it all up? Okay, so if you add it all up, what are you going to have? The total amount left over?
I don't know.
You don't
But
know?
it says the other students ate all of the pizza where they were entitled to.
Okay, so they ate pizza as well, right?
Yeah.
They ate pizza, and the others, all the groups did eat pizza. So when you say add it together, when you add it together, what is that giving us?
How much the other kids ate?
How much the students ate. Okay.